George Galloway has slammed Nicola Sturgeon's plans for a second Scottish independence referendum, arguing only an idiot would want to have a new constitutional poll in the middle of a pandemic. Mr. Galloway warned Scotland's First Minister Nicola Sturgeon that the SNP's IndyRef2 push doesn't make any sense and could come back to bite the Scottish nationalists in the upcoming Holyrood elections. The former MP has raised survey results that showed little support for a second vote this year in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic. He branded those seeking run a divisive constitutional referendum at this time as idiots. It comes after the Scot took to Twitter on Friday to call for Scottish Parliament elections in May to be postponed to end the neverendum. He said, only an idiot would choose to have a divisive constitutional referendum in the middle of a pandemic and the concurrent economic collapse, and luckily there are only 1 in 10 such idiots in Scotland. In the SNP's own poll, only around 11% want to have a referendum this year and only about 15% want to have one in the next 2 years. You get to 5 years before you get a majority, and that majority is 51%. So at a time when most people are wondering when their granny is going to get the vaccine, the SNP saying they are going to ramp up the campaign to break up the country doesn't make any sense. He added that the push for a second poll may backfire on the SNP at the ballot box, saying it may indeed rob them of a victory, never mind a big victory in the elections in May. Mr. Galloway has previously demanded a government of national unity is formed to put an end to the SNP's bid for a second Scottish independence referendum. Last week he tweeted, "Scotland needs a government of national unity now. To postpone the elections, to end the neverendum, and most of all to implement the rollout of the vaccine. Scots must not be led on to the rocks by #ResignSturgeon," he added. In another tweet on Thursday, Mr. Galloway called on former Prime Minister Gordon Brown to take on the role of Scottish Labour leader following the resignation of Richard Leonard. He insisted it would be the biggest single thing Labour could do to rescue Scotland from the SNP. Mr. Galloway wrote on Twitter, "I have known Gordon Brown 45 years.